Hello and welcome to a very special episode of the Wrestling Answers podcast, where we won't be answering any wrestling questions, I suppose. Rather, we will be looking over E3, which on the day we are recording, the final major presentation has happened. That, of course, being Nintendo. I believe Bandai Namco still have one to go, but let's be completely honest with ourselves. Who cares? So we'll just move on with that. And of course, I'm joined by my co-host, Joebot22.
Hello. We sort of teased the idea last week, if you watched that, of doing an E3 special.
Hmm.
That's basically what this is. I've
Yes.
written down everything, and we're basically just going to talk about it. So, um,
Yes. Yes, we are.
so,
So
so
let's just
let's
crack
start off
on, right?
with Ubisoft, right?
Hmm.
Wow. Um, what went wrong? That was pretty embarrassing. They didn't really have much planned. um, which you can really tell when one of their major points was a guitar at. Uh,
Yes. Yeah.
it was just. Well, I'm looking at my list now. I've got five things written down, um,
Hmm.
which it's kind of a
Well,
shame
it's because
really.
there
But
were only really five things, weren't there? So we'll just sort of go through it in order. First thing we got was Rainbow Six Extraction, I believe it's called.
look
A
so
new
terrible.
co-op Rainbow Six game where instead of fighting each other, you fight aliens that look like they've just wandered in from The Last of Us, but
Well,
worse.
I thought they were from all different sort of universes because the designs for
Some
the
of them look like
aliens.
Venom. Some of them look like Venom. Some of them look like clickers from The Last of Us. Some of them look
Some of them
like
look like
the
Predator.
Predator.
Yeah, I thought
None of
the
them looked unique
design
though.
was
That's the
exactly.
important thing to take apart. They all look to be from different things, but none of them unique.
They look the same as each other, but also they're
Yeah.
from different IPs.
Yes.
Which
Yeah.
I don't know how they pulled that off, but I mean,
Yeah.
fair play to them. That's sort of that's surely a challenging thing to pull off. But no, I mean, I don't think either of us are excited for that. I don't think.
Well, the thing is, right? I wasn't until I saw the gameplay and saw what it is just a modern day Left 4 Dead, and I like Left 4 Dead, so I wouldn't say I'm excited for it, but I would say I'm not like annoyed by it because it looks somewhat interesting, despite the fact it chances are it'll probably be a bit shite. I would like it to be good because I like Left 4 Dead and I'd like a nice spiritual successor. So, but yeah,
Yeah,
what
and
was
then of
second?
course, well,
It was the
second
guitar
was
app, wasn't it?
it was Rocksmith. Yeah. Now
Yes.
we both thought this was Guitar Hero,
Yeah.
but I don't know why they harped on for
They kept going.
like
They spent about
10
10
minutes.
minutes talking about an app that teaches you how to play guitar.
They spent 10 minutes on it, but at the same time they explain nothing about what it is.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah.
it's like a rhythm game, but you play it with a
Yeah, no,
guitar
it
as you
was a bit
learn.
like that, wasn't it? It felt like they didn't explain it properly a lot. Um, Not to say it's bad. I'm sure it's a perfectly good guitar teaching app. However, turning it into a subscription model and showing it for 10 minutes at E3, which is primarily meant for games, seems very, very misleading, doesn't it? It seems like
Yeah,
what they're doing is they're pretending like, oh, try and get people thinking it's like Guitar Hero, when in actuality they're just getting a fucking Squarespace tutorial on how to play the guitar.
Yeah. So but yeah, that was pretty much Rocksmith, and then of course we had some other
Yeah,
smaller
third we
games.
got
You know, we had
Rainbow
like
Six.
Explorer.
We got Rainbow Six
Oh yeah.
Siege as well, didn't we? We got.
Well, yeah, we got like DLC for that, and like we got sports games. I'm talking about like the big things. Yeah, I'm not gonna
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
go on about all the little things. But
Wow,
the
we got
next big
Rainbow
thing we
Six
got
Little.
was, well, it was only an update, wasn't it? So who cares?
Yeah, yeah. It was just a
Could have
new
showed it at any
character,
other
wasn't it?
point.
It was just a new character.
I didn't even
Well,
know it was
you
that.
wouldn't say
Yeah.
that for Smash, would you? But we'll get on to that.
Oh, wow! I have actually written Smash down. So
Well, yeah,
um,
we'll talk about that.
but yeah. So next was Far Cry 6 slash the season pass. Now I think this is the one that
Yes,
we
yeah. This is the one
probably find the
I
best.
was the most interested in
Well, it
because
wasn't for me, but it was my second one.
yeah, I would say, well, Far Cry is a series that I don't I wouldn't say like I love it, but like yeah, I like it. It's fine. I've played 3 and I've played 5, and they're perfectly fine games. Not like my normal cup of tea, but it's whatever. But what I am interested in for most of them is their villains. And lucky for me, the season pass of Far Cry 6 is going to allow you to play as each of the villains from 3, 4, and 5, which is, I would say, it's a very interesting idea, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I think. Because it's not what a lot of games do. Because not a lot of games focus on the villains in terms of
Mm,
like marketing and stuff.
mm.
Obviously, you got like your big villains like
Yeah,
Bowser and
you got Lego Batman
Joebot,
the video game where
Pepper,
you can play the Batman levels and then you
Shanky.
play the villain levels. You got Lego DC supervillains. Um, all the examples
Yeah.
I'm thinking of are Lego because they're the only people who seem to do it really.
Well, you see nowadays Nintendo are going more into that, and
Yeah, you got like Bowser's
well,
Inside
you can't
Story
play
as
as
well.
Sephiroth. They obviously focus more on him in like the plot of the newer games, and
Dun,
um,
dun, dun, dun.
but yeah, so that's something that's definitely interesting because I like the villain train at the moment because obviously we're getting stuff like Suicide Squad coming out and
Loki.
Loki, yeah,
New episode will be out on the day we're releasing this as well, which is of course
yeah.
Wednesday. Because
So Super
obviously
will be
we're recording this on the
very
Tuesday
fresh.
night, so obviously we're not going to make the Tuesday release time, unfortunately. So it's going to
Yeah,
go
it'll
up
be
on
out by
Wednesday.
now.
But yeah, well, we'll be back to regularly scheduled programming from next week. So, but
But
yeah, I
yeah, so
think
moving on
what
from
else was there
Far
for
Cry,
Ubisoft? Yeah, so there was Far Cry
Mario
6.
Rabbids.
Yes, that
I was
was a game.
very, very excited for that because I'm a Mario Rabbids fan. I really enjoyed the first one. I haven't played the Donkey Kong DLC, surprisingly, but
Wow. Call yourself a real fan, but you haven't paid for the
I know,
DLC.
I know. I just it's 13. Well, yeah, it's 13 quid, I think.
I'm not paying
And
13 quid.
the wise words of Jeremy Clarkson. I'm not paying 13 quid. Um, but yeah, so Mario Rabbids, I guess it's sort of two, but also not. It's more focused on like the Mario Galaxy side of the universe, which I love. So it's
Mm,
pretty
it's
much
got
bringing together two of my
the
favorite
mix
games.
of Lumas and Rabbids, which um, well, it's inventive, I guess. I wouldn't call it good looking, but
I mean, it's everyone's profile picture on Twitter at the minute, so
oh, Jesus.
whatever, fun I guess. And finally, oh, the last announcement. I don't even want to say what it is.
I can't even remember what
Uh,
it was.
oh, you'll remember. So we we open on a grassy landscape, and at this point they've said that it's focused on another IP. Um,
Oh God, yep, okay.
and at this point, because we heard the rumors of the Star Wars game, and obviously,
Those
uh,
I remember seeing rumors of a Predator game as well, and opening in a jungle,
yeah, that's what
a jungle
that's what
area.
people
I was
thought.
immediately thinking, could this be that Predator game that's been rumored? We
And
were wrong.
Well, it was another game that was rumored. It was Avatar.
Oh,
I was speaking to
baby.
my dad about this, and who fucking cares about Avatar? Honestly, who
China.
cares?
China.
Who cares
Well,
about Avatar?
China seem to be the only country on planet Earth that still care about Avatar, and that's why Disney have
Well,
made they've scheduled 6 sequels to Avatar, and they're all being shoved into the Chinese market.
I don't even think China would like this though.
Yeah, you say that. Yeah, they did re-release Avatar in China only less than a year ago, and it did make money. So
Well, as long as the game's 90 minutes long, I'm sure it'll do well in
yeah,
China.
that's true.
Uh,
The game will probably be like. The thing is, right? I don't know a single person who could list any of the actual the story of like what is the story of Avatar? There's some humans,
there's the man
and
with the
there's the
leg.
blue people,
Leg.
and the blue people have sex by curling their
Hey,
hair together or something, and then the humans start fighting the blue people. I think that's the plot synopsis, right?
yeah,
I
pretty
couldn't,
much.
I genuinely couldn't tell you a single character name or anything anybody says or anything of that sort at all because it's so forgettable. The only thing that made that film make money was the effects, and that's what they put all the money in clearly because they didn't put the money in getting any memorable lines in the film. The only thing anyone remembers is how nice it looked for 2008 standards. I almost said 2012.
Yeah.
It's 2008.
Well, I think
You know,
most people watched it in 2012. There, it wasn't really thought
I
about
was going to
until
say
the game.
I haven't watched it for probably more than 10 years, so I probably watched it when it first came out, and I was
Mm.
what 5? I was 5 when it came out, and I haven't seen it since.
But
Don't
anyway,
want to see
so
it since. Boring.
Ubisoft as a whole, from
Bit
1 to
shite.
5.
Give it a
Well, right,
saucy
we should
one.
actually probably just say we're
Give it a
doing
1.
Ubisoft, Xbox, Square Enix, Capcom, Nintendo.
Hmm.
So
Hmm. Yeah, we're not doing like Gearbox and the Games Fest one or any of that malarkey or Devolver either. We're not doing any of that malarkey
for
because
me,
we
it's going up
didn't watch
for
it.
Ubisoft.
For that's a fair shout. That is a fair shout. This is going to sound controversial. I'm going to put it at 3 because I think there are certainly 2 worse than this,
Okay,
in my
okay.
humble opinion.
Well, I didn't watch the Capcom one. I only looked at it.
Mm.
So, because I didn't
See
watch it,
that
I'm
that's the
putting that as
difference.
3. Spoilers
That's
alert.
that's the fucking difference.
Because I'm being fair, right? I'll
Well,
put it as
you
you.
see now. I have seen it, so when we get to the Capcom part,
I mean,
I
judging by, I've written down 3 things from what I researched down that. I don't know if
it
that's
was
right.
about half an hour long. That sounds about right.
But oh, um, oh, I've put that. I've wrote down a list of our rankings, but I put it fucking in the middle of our fucking Nintendo notes. Fuck's sake. The what
Right.
podcast?
Very well
So
organised as
the next
usual.
was Xbox slash Bethesda. Don't know why they just couldn't say Xbox at this point. Like saying
Oh
Xbox
yeah,
slash Mojang.
I think it's
Like
because there
I
might
think
still
it's
be
just
some people that don't
disrespectful
realise
to
Xbox bought Bethesda. I mean,
Bethesda.
they opened the show with Todd Howard walking out, being like,
What?
"Yo, I work for Xbox now, motherfucker."
I'm in the chess club.
He is. They only had Phil Spencer. I was really disappointed to see Phil Spencer only got about 2 minutes of screen time.
I
That
know
that
they have
that made
so
me
many
annoyed.
different people.
They could have just had Phil Spencer come out and say the word gamer 97 times in 2 minutes, like they usually do. But instead, they had Todd Howard come out and say, God, I love Microsoft. Please don't kill me, Bill Gates.
Exactly. But yeah, let's keep it brief with Xbox
Yeah. So
because
what was the first announcement for Xbox? Because I cannot remember. I remember like a
it was
handful from Xbox.
Starfield, which I
Yes, it
thought
was.
looked alright.
I thought it looked nice. It doesn't really tell us anything about the game other than it's in space and
I'm
it
tired of these
looks nice.
fucking game trailers looking nice and telling us nothing about the game. I'm tired of story at this point.
I
I
mean, yeah, yeah, I get you.
like fucking if we think like Kingdom Hearts Chain of
Kingdom
Memories or whatever the
Sharks.
fucking shit is called, right? That gameplay was horrible. If they release a story trailer, I looked at the story trailer, thought I'm gonna buy that, and then I played the game.
And then you wish you didn't.
I played like 20 minutes, and I've quit the game
You
at this
hated
point.
it, yeah.
I had a Joe Cries at Rocket League moment. Um, I
Joe
had a
Cries at
shit
Kingdom
time.
Hearts Chain of Memories. Sorry, Rechain
I
of
should
Memories. It's
rechain
Rechain of Memories because oh sorry. I'm
it.
watching the French German game. Viewers, dating this episode quite a lot really. I'm watching the France versus
Oh, people
Germany
wouldn't
game
know
in
me.
the Euros,
David.
and yeah, and France have just gone 1-0 up because Germany have scored an own goal. So
Who did we say was going past in the group stage in our prediction?
I said France, Portugal, Germany, Hungary, and at the minute Portugal are top of the group because they won their game 3-0, so they're ahead on goal difference, and France are second with 1 goal of goal difference at the minute.
Anyway, the gamers are here for
Yes.
the games. So
They're here for the games, not for
Starfield.
the football games.
To be fair, Starfield wasn't even a story trailer. What was? Was it
It
just?
was
It
just
was just
a
a visual
trailer.
trailer.
I'm trying to think what did we actually see? We saw a man in a
A
spacesuit
release
walking
date.
around his ship, walking around his
I thought it was a
spaceship.
woman.
It might have been a woman. It's someone in a spacesuit. It looked like the Nostromos from Alien. I want to point that out. It looked a lot like the Nostromos from Alien. Um, and yeah, they said it was an RPG, and that's it. So
My dad was very
what
proud
are
of
we?
himself
We're
when he
3 years
watched it.
on. We're 3 years on from since that game was first revealed, and we know very little more than what we did then. Because they told us then it was an RPG set in space. So Bethesda just just tell us something about the games you're making, please, God, Lord.
But yeah,
You don't
so
have to just
my dad
keep
was
us in the
very proud
clouds.
because they showed like the release date in the controls of um the ship, which
Yeah,
was
and
obvious
he
because it was
clocked
something
onto it. Yeah, he
21. And he
clocked
was like,
onto it.
I bet that's the release date, and it showed the release date a second later. He's like, I fucking knew it,
Yeah,
fucking knew it. And I was just like, all right, calm down. Like,
yeah. Calm
okay.
down.
Next on my notes, right after Starfield, it says Contraband. I do not
Mm,
remember what this game was.
neither do I. Um,
What was this game?
contraband. I recognise it being in. Right, okay, so Contraband, the reason it's notable is because it's being developed by the people who made Just Cause, Avalanche Studios.
Oh, I remember that. That was it's like the trailer in the
Yeah,
garage, wasn't it?
yeah.
Oh yeah, that looked cool
Where
actually.
there's no gameplay, but there's just the
It's a
word
bit like another
Contraband.
visual trailer.
Yeah. Xbox love doing them. They
Well, I think
absolutely
there's
love it.
about 5 of them here. But
Mm.
next is of course Sea of Thieves, which is probably the most
Which I
detail we've
don't
got in a
care.
trailer.
I don't care about Sea of Thieves, but I do think it's
But it
cool
looks
that they've
cool.
got Pirates of the Caribbean in it. And from
Exactly.
the sounds of it, I could be wrong. It does sound like Johnny Depp,
It
but
does a bit like give that
it
voice
sounds
actor.
like no. It sounds like Johnny Depp. But the reason I don't think it is because Disney have sacked him, and I doubt they would let him
Yeah.
do the voice for the game. I could be wrong, but it does sound a lot like him. That's the only That's the only reason I think maybe it could actually be a sign that they're bringing him back, because obviously a bit of a murky area, but the court have sort of ruled in his favour in the Amber Heard case, haven't they? Or I believe they
Yeah.
have. I could be completely wrong on this, but evidence is swaying in his case. So maybe they've got him back just for this, just to trial it, see if people react to it badly. Who knows?
I just
Actually,
don't know why Rare is working on this game.
I
Who's
think they
playing it?
have been since the start, though, haven't they?
Yeah, yeah, Rare make Sea of Thieves, but I'm saying like
Yeah,
why
I
they're
was going
still
to say.
working on it. It's like
Oh
who's
no,
playing it?
it is not Johnny Depp. It is
Okay,
not indeed
does
Johnny
anyone we
Depp.
know?
I believe.
It's Xander Murphy. He does everything.
It's me. Um, no, well, I can't actually see who it
Can we
is.
talk about voice acting for a second? Because spoiler alert, WarioWare in the Nintendo Direct, that was not Charles Martinet. That can't have been.
Yeah, it was.
It can't have been. That voice
Yeah,
was
it was though.
bad.
Yeah,
It's
but it
like,
was though.
I'm
Yeah,
Wario, guys.
it's Charles Martinet. Let's just. Well, have you
No
ever
way.
heard? Have you ever heard Wario in any of the other WarioWare games? Because he sounds exactly like him.
I remember Wario Land
that,
2.
that that's what Charles Martinet
I
sounds
don't
like in these
I
Wario
don't really
games.
remember him speaking though. That he like
Right, he spoke in the WarioWare games. Like I remember, what was the Wii U one? Game and Wario was the one for the Wii U. I
I just
remember
searched
he
up
did the
Charles
trailer for that
Martinet.
as well.
The first thing that came up was death. Oh my
Right.
god.
Well, he's not dead yet. But anyway, well, back to Xbox. Yeah,
He
Sea of
died
Thieves.
he died on March 28th, 1898.
Ah, okay. Different Charles Martinet. But yeah, so back to Sea of Thieves. So it isn't Johnny Depp. But that's coming out quite soon, I believe. I think it's next week. That DLC.
Yeah, a lot of games are coming out like either next week or like within the next month
Yeah, they're coming
or in
out
October.
in the coming weeks and months, aren't they? Yeah, as we said, we don't care, but it's cool to see Sea of Thieves get a Disney licensing, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Another thing we
So,
don't care about but we like party animals. Remember that game? It looked like a
oh, the
gang
what
beast
it looked like
human
Gang
fall
Beasts crossed with
style.
Fall Guys. I thought it looked
It
like
looks alright.
genuinely the gameplay of it looked exactly like Gang Beasts, which is why I
It
just thought
was.
it was a new Gang Beast game.
I thought they just updated the models, but no,
Mm,
it's like even the level design looked like gang beasts, but
mm.
I guess not going
I guess
for it.
not. Yeah.
Next is Somerville. Don't remember what this was.
I can't really say I do either. I suppose that speaks for the
Uh,
game itself, then, doesn't it? If we can't remember it, then it's
was it the
probably
one
not
with the
worth
family
remembering.
maybe? The family and they like, kept dying or something? No,
Maybe.
I don't know. Next was of course Halo, which looked
Mm.
uh
It looked better than it did last time. I want
can
to
I
put
just
that out
say
there. It looked better. Not to say it
some
looks good.
some of the games in the Xbox presentation did not look good visually.
I think there's one, maybe two standouts in the Xbox presentation that looked really, really good, and then
Yeah,
everything
but the
else
rest
looked like
did
they
not.
ran. Like I think that what was it they were showing gameplay for? They were showing gameplay for something, and there was a massive amount of like frame drops in one of the games. I can't remember for the life of me which one it was. It might have been Halo
Oh,
Infinite, but yeah, it. I'm
Halo
happy
did
that
look.
I'm happy that the multiplayer is going to be free.
Yeah,
Um,
that's that's very
it
commendable.
does save me having to pay the £60 that I would just to play the multiplayer anyway. Because if I'm being completely honest, the campaign isn't looking too hot at the minute. It's looking a bit shit, but free
Fair enough.
multiplayer can't complain. You know.
Uh, I'm just gonna skip through the list until we get to Forza because the rest are just boring.
Well, you
Plague
can just
Tale,
oh,
Shredders, Atomic
bleh,
Heart. Don't remember
Plague
any of
Tale.
them. I
Shredders,
remember
I
Plague Tale.
believe Shredders was the snowboarding game. Shredders was the one. It
Super,
looked like
yeah,
you
Super.
remember Steep? Do you remember Steep?
Yeah, yeah,
It
that's
just
what
looked
I.
like that. It
What was Atomic Heart? Was
it
that the
looked really nice.
Pixel game?
Atomic Park.
Atomic Heart.
Oh, Atomic Heart.
That was the Pixel art game, wasn't it? Was that the
Ye,
nine?
I think yes, it might have been. It looked cool. Um, However, I wouldn't say it's something I would play, but it's gonna be on Game Pass, so maybe I will. You know, who knows? Then yeah, what was after that? Sorry, because obviously you
Forza.
have the list. Forza, yeah, Forza Horizon 5, baby.
This
Um,
carried the presentation. This is
this 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 is my shit, right? I'm sure I might have even said it on here before, but I fucking love Forza Horizon. Forza Horizon is Forza Horizon 4, and it sounds a bit sad, but it's one of the reasons I bought the Series X. Because I wanted to see, because Forza Horizon 4 already looked great on a regular Xbox One. On the Series X, it looks phenomenal. Like, it runs 60 frames, smooth as butter. 4K graphics. It looks superb. And Forza Horizon 5 is built specifically for the Series X, so it's going to look even better. It's got intuitive ray tracing. It's got fucking. There was a 120 frames mode. Like, it's. Oh, ooh, baby. And that's, not even talking about the gameplay. I think the driving mechanics of Forza are some of the best in the industry. Um, I mean, thinking about what else is there with as good? Maybe Gran Turismo, but like in terms of big open world driving games, I think Forza has the market massively cornered, and for good reason. Because I don't think I don't think there's a single bad Forza Horizon game. Like it's quite funny. But yeah, what else? They did announce they're working on the new motorsport one, which is it's the just like racing one where they race on tracks and stuff. That one they announced is in development, and they showed like genuinely about 5 seconds of it in a quick trailer at the end. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, Forza Horizon they
Oh,
showed loads. They showed loads of Horizon 5 as well. Like they spent a long time on it. They showed quite a lot of gameplay. Um,
one thing
yeah.
that's not on my list that I missed out: The Outer Worlds 2.
Oh yeah.
I've not played the first one, but I am
I
totally
haven't
excited
either.
for Outer
I
Worlds 2.
don't care. I
And then
just don't care.
finally, probably the weirdest ending to a presentation because
You forgot
I'm
Microsoft
forgetting
Flight
something.
Simulator. You forgot Microsoft
Oh,
Flight Simulator. That
oh,
looked nice.
yeah.
I'll probably download it as long as it's not like 100 gigabytes. Um,
Are we
wait,
done?
listen, right? If you've played Flight Simulator before, it's just that, but it's on an Xbox controller, and you don't have to buy a £400 rig just to control it. So, um, what else? Last they did the what was it called? Godfall.
Not Godfall, no, that's
No, something else. Fall.
Redfall. What a
Redfall. That's
weird
the
thing
one.
to end on because it is not exciting at all.
Yeah,
It
it's
looks
a new IP from
boring.
Bethesda. Um, the trailer was about 2 minutes too long. They kept focusing on characters I don't care about. Um,
I don't see how any of the characters fit together. Like you got sort of a
no,
futuristic
you got
sort
you
of
got a British
vampire
bloke,
sort of game,
and then yeah. So
and
it's
then
like the
one
villains are
girl with
all like vampire
superpowers.
god people, and then all the good guys have like superpowers.
It's like a
It
Marvel
looks
crossover.
Yeah,
It's
it
weird.
looks bad. It looks weird. Not my cup of tea. Maybe
Uh,
when we actually get some gameplay, rather than like a 5 minute cinematic showing me characters I don't care about, maybe it will look better. But
See, what I noticed with these E3 is like Ubisoft had too much gameplay. Xbox had none.
Xbox have too little. Yeah, well, Xbox in the space of an hour showed off 30 games. Ubisoft in the space of an hour showed off about 7. So
Yeah. So
there's the difference, isn't it? You know, Xbox
I
just went
think
from trailer to trailer to trailer.
where we ranking that, because I think the
I'd put it
only
second.
thing that was good
I
about it
could only really put it second for
was,
me.
I'm the same, because the only thing that I found was good was Forza. My dad was just like, "Oh, Xbox One at E3, Nintendo was shit." But for me, Xbox didn't have anything new, and what they did have that was new
Yeah.
was shit,
Yeah,
except for Forza,
well, I was gonna say except for Forza. I think it's
because that really carried it.
yeah. I think Xbox is also helped by the fact that I think 90% of the games they showed off are also coming to Game Pass.
Yeah,
So
so
it's
they're not really big
definitely
money makers.
yeah. No, I think it for people like me who have the Game Pass. Watching this, it's pretty much just like here's what's coming to Game Pass in the next 12 months or so, you know. And then obviously one thing we did sort of skip out, but for fairly good reason, was Yakuza Like a Dragon. For some reason, they showed that
Oh
off,
yeah, but well, I
but
think we knew that was
literally
coming to
just
Game
just
Pass.
just yeah. Well, I already knew it was coming to Game Pass because I believe it got leaked a couple of days before.
A lot of the stuff
Uh,
got leaked.
yes, well, yeah. Well, like all the Game Pass stuff got leaked ahead of time. So like when they announced Doom 2016, Evil Within 2, Yakuza Like a Dragon. Um, Fallout 3 as well. When they announced all of those were coming to Game Pass, unfortunately, we got the leak that that was going to happen like 2 or 3 days beforehand. So
Right, moving on to our third one. Now, it
yes,
pains me to say
it
this.
was your favourite presentation
The one I
of
was
the
most,
week.
well, not the one that I was most excited for. Second one that I was most excited for sure. But ooh, it was
It was great,
so
mate. Don't know what
Square
you're talking
Enix.
about.
So obviously we had the Guardians of the Galaxy game that was well, not
It
teased, but
looked
it was said to
boring.
be coming,
I'm
and
going to be
it
blunt. It looked
fucking
boring.
bombed. You can only play as one Guardian in a
Yeah,
team game.
you can. And we're back. Sorry, our recording software cut out. So yeah, so Star Lord is the only playable character.
Which is weird because he's not even like the best leader in the Guardians of the Galaxy. Like I think Gamora probably makes more of the harder choices. Like if you watch Guardians of the Galaxy 2, for example, uh, Peter Quill and Rocket argue whilst Gamora's trying to think of a logical way out of getting attacked by what are they
Hmm.
called? The fucking golden people.
Just call them the Golden People, mate. I do it. Who
Ah,
cares?
it'll come to me. But
Just
yeah,
it's
so I
just the
don't know
Gold
why
People.
you're leading a Star. He's not even like the most entertaining character.
Well, no, I think it's
All the
because he's seen as the he no.
elements of him.
Well, the reason he's picked Star Lord, I think it's very simple, really. Star Lord is the most recognizable member of the Guardians of the Galaxy to a lot of
Oh
people.
yeah, yeah, but he's
If you
like,
think, if no, Joe, right? Think about it from the general populace, right? Who is the most recognizable character? It's Star Lord because it's Chris Pratt. Chris Pratt is a household name now. Star Lord is in, he's the main character in the Guardians of the Galaxy films, and
I know why they
especially
did that.
two,
What I'm saying
especially
is,
two.
what I'm saying is, he's not that, you know, he's not that entertaining. Um, that's the second time I quoted Joker as a Rocket League today. But yeah, like I would much rather play as someone like Rocket and
Hmm.
like go around like scavenging up items, like picking up a battery, combining that with like a gun,
Yeah, but you see,
and
to
crafting
make
weapons.
that to make yeah, but the thing is, Joe, right? Think about it like this. This is much more sensible. Um, Square Enix don't want to put effort in, so they just pick the character that will take the
Yeah,
least amount of effort,
but they've not done that
and
anyway.
he's
They've not
also the most recognizable. So it just makes the
done
most
the money
sense,
making.
He'll take the least amount of effort,
I don't think of it like that.
and yeah, you know, bro, have you you've seen the Avengers game they made. They put very, very little effort into that. So why would they put any more into this? This is a
Yeah,
smaller
they have
franchise, you know?
the six most recognizable Avengers: Iron Man, Captain America, Hulk,
Miss
Black
Marvel.
Widow, Ms. Marvel, um,
Hmm.
and Thor. You know,
Yeah, there you go.
the most iconic six Avengers that everyone knows.
Hmm.
Um, we're not missing anyone important.
No, of course not.
Uh, that like what other stupid characters they are? You know, like, oh, some guy with a bow. Ugh, fucking idiot.
Hmm. Worse.
We we, we,
Yeah.
we
Well,
want our
talking
stretchy
of
Muslim girl. That's what we want.
talking of the Avengers, after Guardians of the Galaxy was revealed, we also got we got a trailer
No, it
for
wasn't
the Black
directly
Panther
after.
DLC. Yeah, it wasn't directly. We'll just sort of skip to it because we might as well. It's all Marvel themed, really.
Yeah,
We got the trailer for the Black Panther DLC. Uh, yeah, it just looks like Black Panther. If I'm being honest, it just looks like they turned Black Panther into a game. Which,
yeah.
okay, it doesn't mean I'm going to buy the game. You know, it's not going to make me buy the game.
What I was saying to my family was, uh, I was just like, I like Black Panther, but in terms of like the DLC, like making you want to buy the game, it
Doesn't make me want to buy
didn't
the game.
work.
No. Well, I haven't wanted to buy the game since I saw gameplay footage when it first came out. So,
Like a good
you know,
DLC makes you want to get the original game, or makes you happy that you got the original game.
yeah.
But what you find with a lot of DLC nowadays is it's just an add-on,
Well, that
but
is. Well, I mean,
it
that
should be an
is
incentive.
the design of
I
DLC.
I I, I know
It's
it's the design,
downloadable
but
content. It's to be added on to the already existing game.
it should be an incentive. That being said, there is the other side of it where if you have make a game solely for the purpose of making DLC, obviously that's you know a bit shitty. But I feel like well that's what a lot what of Marvel Avengers is like. It's pretty much just designed to sell DLC, I guess. But
Yeah, it's designed to be
I, I,
like
I
death.
feel
Well, it's
like
just Destiny, but as a I guess a third person fighting game instead. Because it's all
yeah.
about getting like loot drops and stuff, isn't it? Which they neglected to tell us that ahead of time, didn't they?
Well, yeah. But Square Enix for you. Well, no. So I reckon like a good DLC is meant to complement the game instead of just
Okay, yeah,
being
yeah,
a.
yeah, okay. I get where you're coming from like that. I
It
do sort
sounds
of want to
weird.
pull you up. I want to sort of pull you up on something you said earlier, which was DLC should make you want to buy the original game. Why would something that I would have to pay even more money for make me want to pay for something that I also would have to pay money for? Like, wouldn't it make more sense for it to be, if I'm not interested in the original game and then they release DLC as well, say the game is £60 and I'm not super interested in the game, but then the DLC comes out and the DLC is £20. Yeah, in addition, right? I'm paying
Hmm.
£80 to play DLC because I don't want to
Well,
play the actual game. I think that
this is
the point you're making there is it feels a bit moot, you know. It's like
hear me out. Hear me out. So, right, you got things like when you buy a game, you can obviously get like the expansion collection or whatever collection, and you like get like DLC or a season pass with it, right?
right, okay,
I
you get the
sometimes
ultimate
feel like
edition.
yeah, I feel like sometimes spending that 10 or 15 quid just to because when you get them, you save like probably like a fiver off what the DLC would cost. obviously as a incentive to get this package, right? When I
Mm.
bought Miles Morales for my PS5, I obviously got the Ultimate Edition, which came with, it was an extra £20, and it came with the remaster version of the original Spider-Man PS4,
Yeah, well,
which you know
the thing
is
is, right, the
a
difference
huge
between that
add-on.
and the difference between that and DLC is that is an entire game. So you're getting two games
Well,
for the
no,
price of one.
I know, but still, like sometimes
That no, no, no,
DLC
that's
can give
different.
the
That's
size
different
of
to
a game.
DLC though. You know, I
It's not. It's not.
when Xenoblade Chronicles, what's it called, the Golden Torna Circle thing, right? When that came out,
Yeah.
when that came out, I didn't then go, oh, I really want to buy the original game for £60 and also the DLC for £20 to play 3 hours of a DLC. You know, it's a
No, but
strange
people do
argument to
though.
make. Yeah, but
People do though.
it's such a and it'll be it's a very very niche collection of people that will see
It is
one
very niche,
DLC
but still,
pack
the point of a good DLC is obviously why would they advertise the DLC if they didn't want you to buy the original game? They're
because
not
they're
just
trying
going
to
to be
get the
like, oh,
money off the
let's
people that have
advertise.
already bought the game.
They're not like, oh, let's add it. Oh, let's not like advertise this massively just in case like the 10 people who actually bought Marvel Avengers decide they want to play as Black Panther.
Okay,
Like,
well, would you say that Nintendo showing off the Terry DLC made people want to buy Smash Brothers? Because they spent
wow,
40 minutes on a presentation making a video for a character that, if we're being honest, a vast majority of people didn't care for. Is that then making
I
people
think
want to buy
Smash. I
Smash?
think Smash Bros works in the opposite way because I remember when
So it
they
makes people want to
revealed
buy it
Power and
less.
Mithra. No, no, no. I remember when they revealed Power and Mithra. Obviously, people went out and bought Xenoblade Chronicles 2, and it obviously sold out like immediately. Um, so I feel like it's the opposite effect for Smash, but I know what you mean. But I still feel like I'm correct in saying that obviously sales of the like advertising of the DLC goes towards the game. That's why you see things like in the advert saying, "Oh, you can have this as an expansion to." Then they say like the full game title. They would just say, "Get the expansion pass," and assume that people know what it's for. If like people already had the DLC, you know what I mean? It sounds weird, but yeah,
I'm just still trying to
I
get
get
my.
what you mean. It's such a weird point, but I think what I'm saying it makes sense. It does to me anyway.
I mean, listen, right? Maybe I'm speaking from experience. I've never once seen a DLC that made me want to go out and buy a full-priced game and then get something else to go with it just to play a DLC.
What about
I've
like
never
pre-order
had that
bonuses?
happen.
I feel like
They
they're
don't do
like
anything
pre-order
for
bonuses.
me. I
What
don't
about like
care.
pre-order bonuses? Like so WWE like 2K, they'll give you
They
like
come out
Goldberg.
later. Well, they come out later.
Well, still, like the pre-order bonus you get for free. Like that.
The majority of pre-order bonuses just come out later. Like they don't change what I really think about a game. They don't. I don't see, for example, um, use a game that I have pre-ordered. I didn't see the pre-order bonus for Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, which was like a new mount and some fucking in-game items. I didn't see this and then go immediately. That's why I'm pre-ordering. I'm pre-ordering because I like the look of the fucking game. I'm not pre-ordering for the pre-order bonus. You know, like
Yeah, but I have bought things because I liked how the DLC looked.
I've never in my life done that because DLC for me, I don't buy DLC a lot of the time because
I rarely do as
I
well, but
don't
on
care.
occasion I do.
My case is I will only get the DLC if the original game is actually any good. So what I do,
I understand.
I don't wait for a DLC to come out to decide to play a game. What I'll do is I'll play the game and then wait to get the DLC. If you get what I mean.
Yeah. Well, right. I feel like we've gone on a huge tangent,
Yes.
but yeah. So after all the Marvel Avengers shit, they basically just did a shit dump of
Yeah, they just
shit
dumped
we've
all their
either already
fucking
seen.
JRPGs on. What was it?
So
They
I
like
think it's actually
one
a
of the
good
mana
idea we went on that
games.
tangent.
They did. Oh yeah, because we've filled the time that we would have lost from all the
Yeah.
shit JRPGs that we
So
don't care
yeah, we
about.
got Legends of Mana, Final
We got
Fantasy One
we
through
got we got
6,
we
Life
got
is Strange,
mobile ports of Final Fantasies 1 to
mobile
6.
game. All it was for the rest of the presentation was
A new
mobile
Life
game.
is Strange, more like Life is shit because the game is
Lame.
they're shit, bro. If you've ever played Life is
Life
Strange
is
and you've
lame.
enjoyed it, and you're watching this, I have lost respect for you as a human being because those games are crap. And if you think they are anything but, then you're a liar or you have a disability in the brain. I
Just
don't
play
make the
Minecraft
rules.
Stories.
These are just the truth. Like, bro, you could just play fucking Mass Effect. You can be gay in Mass Effect. Just play Mass Effect instead. You know?
And the final game in the Square Enix presentation that weren't, well, I say weren't shit, but it was um, Bayonetta 3 now. It was that's sure. I thought we had to mention it once,
Mm.
but it was Final Fantasy Origin, which looks yeah. So next, I'll let you take the reins. Oh, wait, we need to rate it.
Uh,
I've put it at 5.
4. I'll put it 4.
Oh, okay. So I'm guessing the next
You
one is
know, yeah, well, you know what's coming fifth. Listen, right? Capcom.
Capcom. You can do it because I've
Capcom.
not watched it.
Capcom. I'm trying to
My
remember
crap.
what there even was. They mentioned Resident Evil 8 and said, thanks for buying the game. Some of our DLC is going to come out eventually. That's it. Then they just moved on and talked about, I believe it was Monster Hunter next for
Mhm.
about 10 minutes. Probably more. They just kept showing off the same game and then they showed off bits of another Monster Hunter game, and then they showed off bits of both of them and their compatibility. Then they showed off some amiibos, and then they just moved on and talked about Ace Attorney and it getting a port. So that
Ace
the Great
Attorney
Ace
can't
Attorney,
take me through it.
it's Ace Attorney but in 1800s London. So we're getting a Western port or a Western translation rather. And that was it. Oh no, sorry, no.
Yeah.
They talked about their esports scene for the rest of the presentation,
Oh,
and then it ended.
what esports?
Street Fighter Five esports,
Oh yeah, sure. That was Street Fighter.
which
You can say like what
from
fucking
what they were trying to show us, apparently it's actually quite big. But I can tell you from experience, it isn't. Street Fighter Five esports is still smaller than Street Fighter Four, which is hilarious to me. You know, they don't even have what's his name, low tier god at the minute to carry the scene. Stupid.
and finally the last presentation, which we're
Oh
already at
yeah,
that point.
quickly. Yeah, just quickly about Capcom. Um, Genuine waste of half an hour of my time. If I cared about Monster Hunter, maybe I would put this higher. But they showed off literally 3 games. One of which is a translation of a game that's been out for about a year in Japan. So 2 new games. Or should I say 1 new game, because Monster Hunter Rise is already out, showing off updates.
And Monster
So they
Hunter
showed us
Stories is on what this week
so they
or
showed
next week.
us 1 new game, which is coming out next week, right? So 1 game that is coming out within 7 days, and amiibos.
Yeah,
Half
you love an
half
easy.
an hour of my half an hour of my day was completely wasted. Then I stopped. What was I? I was trying to watch the. I turned off the fucking Euros to watch that presentation. I turned
I didn't
off.
even watch it. I'm
I
glad.
can't remember what match it was. I think it was Russia. No, it wouldn't have been Russia versus Belgium. I think it was Poland versus Slovakia. I chose not to watch Poland versus Slovakia to watch Capcom, and all I got was games that are already out, and a game that's coming out next week, and some fucking amiibos. By a big margin, that's the bottom of my rankings. It was atrocious, shocking. Genuinely, I think you could give a shout for that being one of the worst E3 presentations of
Ever.
all time. Like people think like some of Sega's old ones from like '94, where all they showed off was Sonic Extreme, which never came out, and maybe God, what else? Fucking Nights into Dreams, which did come out, but isn't, in my opinion, very good. You know, presentations like that, they're probably still better than this. You know, it's this was the worst presentation at E3 I've ever seen in my life.
Uh, right. Well, I feel like. Well, I say I feel like. Well, we are on to the last one. So,
Yes. So this one I watched about an hour and a half ago, because
yeah.
I couldn't actually watch this
Did I
one
watch
live. I had to because I was at work, so I had
it?
to watch
Grafting.
this pretty much like right before we started recording this. So as soon as I finished watching it, I was like, right, let's go, let's record. Um,
So,
listen,
firstly, we
okay, yeah,
had.
we'll let you talk about this one,
I,
Joe, because I do have feelings on this one, but I don't think we need to hear them just yet. So you,
I was hyped on watching it, but at the end, it was like a sugar high. I had the buzz, I had the excitement, and then I had the crash. Not the actual crash, because if we had some Crash Bandicoot in Smash, I would have probably threw my little sister out the window.
that's funny,
Um,
Joe. That's really funny.
I know. You could tell that I wrote that one down. Scripted, scripted joke. But no, not really. But yeah. So firstly we had Tekken Smash, which I was like, way. I was really excited. I was
Yeah,
like,
man,
he
like
looks kind of
what's his
chill.
name? What's it? Kazuya. Man, like Kazuya.
Yeah. Now
Now
obviously
I
I'm a Tekken
enjoy.
pro. Check the
I like
videos.
Tekken. I like Tekken.
I do.
One
Which
thing
is
I will
shit.
say is he looks like he's going to be really shit in game,
That's what I
because
thought.
he has like, from the looks of it, he had like no kill moves, and he was really slow, and all in
Yeah.
close range, which really doesn't look great considering the meta of this game is fast ranged. Get in, do a bit, run away. Get in a bit, run. He looks like what Ryu was like in Smash 4, but even worse. You know. But it's cool. It's
Yeah.
cool to see. It's
That,
cool
that,
to
that's
see
what I
Kazuya
thought of it.
in. It's cool to see him in Smash, and Tekken's got some decent music, which hopefully we'll get. So
That's what I'm most excited for now. I just want the
yeah,
music.
honestly, yeah, that's all I'm looking forward to now, seeing what songs he's put in. But yeah, Kazuya in Smash is cool. Everyone thought it was going to be Heihachi for years, but
Yeah.
no, it was the only other character it could have really been, realistically. So yeah,
Well,
what
is it?
what did we get next, Joe?
It's not
Because
Jackie, is it? Could have been.
what's it? We got. Mate, it could have been
Uh,
Puma.
I put Life is Strange.
We did get ports of that.
Who fucking cares?
Um,
Again, who cares?
yeah,
Crap
no,
game.
we did already
Don't know.
say it's like life is shit because it's a shit game.
And then we got Monkey Ball, which a
Yeah, Super Monkey.
remaster for
This is the part I
I
genuinely was
I
like
was
the most
hyped.
excited to see. Right, we're getting remasters of 1, 2, and Deluxe. Fucking bonza, mate. That's what I want to hear, right? Because I've been waiting for a remaster of those games for years. I love a bit of Monkey Ball, and we're finally fucking getting it. It's not even, it's coming to next gen as well. I can get it on the Series X if I want, and get fucking 4K 60 frames per second Monkey Ball. Look at that, it's immense,
What
mate.
I felt with this presentation is there's a lot of, I wouldn't say dead series, but lesser known series that have got a lot of the spotlight in this direct.
Mm. Yeah,
And
yeah, I can see what you mean.
as
Yeah,
we go on, so it's definitely you know how everyone does them like E3 bingo cards, and it's just like what's
yeah.
never gonna
I was
happen.
gonna say
It's like,
most people's
everyone has like
won't
WarioWare
have
on it
been
and like
fit.
a 2D Metroid, and
It did feel like a lot of the stuff they announced here was like they're filling the holes that they'd sort of left.
yeah, it's the things missing from like the
Yeah,
Nintendo
it's the stuff missing from the
Switch
Switch
catalog.
lineup, isn't it?
All we need now is like Star Fox, and we've got
Mm.
everything.
Mm. Well,
But yeah, after Monkey Ball,
F-Zero as well.
oh yeah, but well, I think we can write it off at this point, can't we? I mean,
Yeah.
if it wasn't in Smash, everyone would have forgot about it by now. So,
Yeah, probably.
so, so next we got Mario Party, which
Yeah, I actually like the
it
look of this,
actually
right?
looks
Because what
good.
what they've done is they've taken boards from Mario Parties 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah,
Obviously, it's given it a big nice makeover. It's got all the
it
um
actually
the
looks
stage.
really good graphics wise.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say it looked really nice. They're giving it like a proper overhaul. Um, it's got all the same like stage hazards from the original stages, so that's cool. I think the mini games are just sort of taken from just like an assortment of the games. They're not just taken from the first three, but yeah, I'm sure they'll probably add other maps. I think this is one that they could definitely. This is the Mario Party that they could actually do DLC for, because they didn't do it for Super Mario Party. They could definitely do DLC for this one, right? Because what they could do is they could do like level packs where you can buy the levels from the old games. Yeah,
Even
it's
playing a few mini games as well.
it's literal easy money for Nintendo. Just make it's essentially just the Mario Party collection, right? Just make a
New
Mario Party
characters as well.
collection. Yeah, you know, yeah,
Do all
you don't
sorts.
have to be limited by only putting the N64 maps in. You could put like the mermaid map from I think Mario Party 6 in there. You could put I mean, I'd rather you don't put the maps from 9 and 10 in there because the maps from 9 and 10 are shit. But you could put the DK Swingway or whatever it's called from Mario Party 8 in there. Like, yeah, there's so much room for new maps you could put in. It's
Absolutely.
just, I think that they won't, which is,
That's true. That's the Nintendo way.
yeah. Yeah, they have so much potential that they could do something with, and they don't. It's it's the history of the Nintendo. But yes, after
Uh,
Mario Party, were there any like major ones?
I was
Well, there was a major one.
I was gonna slot in Mario Golf here quickly. It still
Oh
looks
yeah,
good,
it's coming
but
out
I'm not getting it.
literally next week.
Yeah,
I
but yeah, it still looks good. I'm not
I
getting
like the
it.
look of it. I don't care enough to buy it, and chances are I probably never will, unless it actually goes on sale, which it won't, because Nintendo don't like putting things on sale. If it goes on sale, I'm sure I'll grab it. But
Yeah, I'm the same.
yeah.
But
But yeah,
so
after
here's where my
this we
list sort
got.
of got. So I was just gonna say something about my list because
Mm,
it's not in order. Because obviously for every other list I did, I got it off articles that were written.
mm,
But I did this one with the videos that were on YouTube published. Like separate trailers. So there might be some stuff missing, and there might be like I did this 20 minutes after. So yeah, there might be some
Yeah.
stuff missing,
Yeah, it might be some stuff
and
they haven't
it's in the
uploaded
wrong
or
order.
anything, yeah.
So bear
Yeah.
with me. So next is huge. WarioWare. Oh my fucking god!
Yeah,
It
just looks like WarioWare, doesn't it?
from someone who's not come into the WarioWare series but has always wanted to. Um, I'm pretty excited for this. So that depending on price, I mean, let's face
Gonna
it,
be
it'll be a
50 quid.
$60 game. It will, but
Well, the one thing I would like to quickly say is Nintendo did. You might remember this because it was all over like Nintendo Twitter. Nintendo did do like a survey, and one of the questions in it was, "Would you be willing to pay $50 for a WarioWare game?" Which I think is a good indication of how much this game is going to cost, because I think it's going to cost
okay.
$50, so £40. It could be £50. You know, they could just say, "I
I think
fuck it,
40,
just fuck."
40 quid isn't that bad, depending on how many games there are.
Yeah. It also
But
has
yeah,
online. Oh no, it
it
wasn't
does.
online. Sorry. No, no, it didn't have
Oh,
online. Sorry, it
it
was
didn't.
Mario Party that had online. This one had local
Wait.
co-op.
Oh yeah, yeah. I saw the two-player thing.
Yes, yeah,
Next is
yeah.
Shin Megami
Looks cool.
Tensei 5, which
Fell asleep
we
at this
already
point.
knew about, but
We have actually just completely skipped over something.
it might still be on the list.
It
But
might be.
say it anyway.
Yeah. It was Metroid Dread,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
the
one.
first 2D Metroid game in 20 years.
As I say, it's in a weird order, but
Yeah. But yeah, sorry.
yeah. So we'll
Do you
just
have
go on.
anything to say about Shin Megami Tensei? Because I don't.
Well, this
I've
is the first exposure I've had to a Shin Megami Tensei game, and I was
No, you
watching it, and
haven't. You played
I was
Persona.
just like, that's what I mean. Like,
Persona's a Shin Megami Tensei game.
I know it's a Shin Megami Tensei game, but I thought there would be some differences between it, but
Oh no,
no.
they're like bang on the same. Like
Yeah,
Persona's just a night. It's just a different looking Shin Megami Tensei game. Like it's the same game.
that's so. Yeah, maybe I'll have to get it or something. I don't know,
Uh,
depending on how the
you
story is.
can. Listen. I've said my piece about RPGs on the show before, and my opinion has not changed in the several weeks since I probably said it. So you can be sure that I will not be buying Shin Megami Tensei 5.
Next on my list is Danganronpa. Now I just started getting into the Danganronpa series, and I'm pretty excited for it. I'm not gonna get it, but I always could, you know. I might get like the single games, like 'cause I don't have free on my PlayStation, so I might get on my Switch, depending on how much it is. But yeah, so Danganronpa, and just to wake Jack up, something he's excited for, Metroid Dread.
Whoa!
Holy shit, it looked good.
It did, yeah. They didn't show a huge amount of gameplay footage, but what they did show, it looked like a Metroid game. That's all I'll say.
Now, I was watching it and I was just like, they won it immediately at this Metroid announcement because that is
Yeah. I mean, it didn't have like a
huge.
huge amount to beat, did they? Yeah. Did they?
True, true.
Did they say they mentioned Metroid Prime 4, didn't they? They said, "Yep, we're still making that game."
We're still working on it.
5 years since we announced it. Yeah, 5 years with no news. I love
I could have just
Nintendo.
done what they did for Breath of the Wild. Give us some concept art or something. Just fucking
The game's not coming
give.
out. I'm gonna say it right now, right?
Uh,
You may say I'm being a bit hyperbolic, but I genuinely
I'm a
believe Prime
dream.
4 is never going to come out.
I'm not the
It's it, if there's one thing I know, like right, I don't know a huge amount about the game industry. Obviously, I don't. It's not my field of study. It is yours, but One thing I do know
It
about the
is
game
mine.
industry. One thing I do know about the game industry is that AAA titles that take this long to make typically do not come out. Sonic Extreme, AAA title by Sega, they were developing that for about 4-5 years. Where's that gone? Nowhere, because it never came out. You know?
It's
What
either
else?
it never comes out
Duke
or it gets
Nukem
worked
Forever.
into a different game.
No, well, no, Duke Nukem Forever. Duke Nukem Forever, obviously the game came out, but it took them 15 years of development. Because originally it was
Yeah,
supposed to come out on the PlayStation 1. Yet it came out on the 360 and PS3, you know? And it was shit. And I think, Nintendo have cancelled it once. I don't see
mm,
what's stopping them cancelling it again. Because I think that's what's going to
no,
happen. I think if we don't see anything before the end of this calendar year, I'm just going to start considering it cancelled.
I don't blame you.
Because, it's been 5 years, and the only news we've had since they announced that game is it got cancelled and restarted. And I know, oh well, it takes a long time to make a proper AAA game, right?
Especially with a small studio, because I think it's
Yeah,
Retro
well, it's
Studios
it's
now.
Retro Studios, right?
If you follow the
Well,
Twitter account,
okay,
which I
yeah,
do,
okay, fair enough, right?
it has a Twitter account called Job Listings at Nintendo, and
Yeah,
every
okay,
week
fair
I
enough.
see Retro Studios.
Yeah, well, because they're just having to, keep hiring people to work on it, right? Okay,
Yeah,
I get
so
it, right? It's not a
it's not
huge
just
team. It's not a huge team, and a AAA title takes a long time to develop, right?
hmm
What doesn't take a long time to develop is a trailer.
true. Even a
It
story
doesn't
trailer.
take you. It doesn't take you 3 years to just mock up even a
A level.
minute, a minute and a half trailer. You don't even need to show gameplay. Like you could very easily get away with showing no gameplay, do a pre-rendered trailer like they've done for Breath of the Wild 2. You know, this time obviously they showed gameplay, but we'll get to it. But originally, they showed a pre-rendered trailer. When did when would the development have started? It would have been about 3 years since development on Breath of the Wild 2 started. About 3 years, and they had a trailer. Bigger team, obviously, but you can make a trailer. Just fucking. If you can't make it, tell Nintendo to make it, because they can make like 2 minute trailers for Smash Bros characters. Why can't they just make you one for Metroid? Just fucking put Samus in like a big dark cave and show like
Ridley.
I don't
That's what you
know,
need.
yeah, like a
Just use
Metroid,
the Smash
like
trailer for
or
Ridley.
yeah, and then just put the Metroid Prime 4 logo over it. You know,
That's all you need to do. I can make that.
it's I.
I mean, you've seen my cameo. Right, hang on. Actually, can I just interject and say, all you What podcast fans, Jack has robbed us from a brilliant intro. So hashtag release the cameo cut. Um, thank you, for your support.
I've robbed you
Release
from
it.
your own safety. Well, I haven't robbed you of
It
your own
was
safety. I've
everyone I've
left you
showed
your
it
own
to.
safety. It's
I've showed it to
shit, man.
people at
It was
college. I've showed it to my
sucked.
family. No one's laughed.
Yeah,
No
because it
one's
was
laughed
fucking
once.
it was just you. You weren't even doing like a Matthew, what's his name, impression. You were just like going like, it's something, something. I can't even remember what you said. You were just like, hey, 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 whack podcast, hey. It, fucking awful.
It was not. It was good.
No,
It was good.
no. Like this has gone beyond being ironic good. This is just shit. Like the room, you've got like the room and Joe sings,
I could have.
and then you've got this. Like this is horrible. This is terrible. If I could kill this, I would, but I can't because that would be murder.
Ugh. Right, now my feelings are hurt. Next, We've got Advance Wars.
Yay! Advance
Yeah,
Wars!
it's something
Yay!
I've wanted to
Yeah.
try, so maybe I'll have to give
It
it a
just
go.
looks like a mobile. Listen, right? I
It does
like
look like a
Advance
mobile game.
Wars. It looks like a mobile game, and they're gonna
It
charge
does.
40 quid for it, and it looks like a mobile game.
Well, is well, are they doing 1 and 2 together or
Yeah,
separately?
they've remade 1 and 2, but that
Are
doesn't
they
change the fact it looks like a
packaging
mobile
them
game.
together? Or are they,
Like,
like selling them separately?
oh no, they're packaging them together, so they're doing like
Oh, okay.
1 and 2 released in one package. You could very easily turn those into Apple Arcade games for, just separate them in 1 and 2 into 1 and 2, rather than just as like a multi pack. I guess it's just like,
Yeah.
yeah. Listen, right? I know Advance Wars is a Nintendo IP, but I don't care if the game. But Nintendo make mobile games, so just
They do. They're not
Nintendo can just publish it.
shit.
Yeah,
But
Nintendo's mobile games are crap, and there's a
except for
reason
Mario Kart. That was,
they've
well, that was
stopped.
good at launch.
They've started slowing down their production of mobile games, or rather, not
Mario
making
Run
any
was
more.
shit.
Yeah, Mario Run was crap. It did look like
Dragalian
a
Lost,
Mario.
no one played.
No, what else did they make? They've got all the Pokemon. So many Pokemon ones.
Oh, even before they
There's
started like
so many
actually
Pokemon
pushing
ones.
or doing
Yeah.
mobile, they had
Oh,
to
they've been
load
doing
more.
Pokemon ones for fucking years now. Pokemon Go was obviously like the first one,
Oh,
and
that
then
was a huge one.
they did Pokemon Duel, which I'm actually sad they cancelled because I actually enjoyed Pokemon Duel.
Pokemon Go
Uh,
wasn't
they,
even the first one. I remember
they
one when I was a
did
kid before Pokemon Go
Pokemon. What was it called?
and Candy Crush.
Pokemon Rumble. They've done Pokemon Cafe. There's Pokemon
I was on the
Quest.
Wii U as well.
Pokemon Masters. What else? What else? I'm sure there's more. And like Mario. To be fair, Mario's only had Mario Run and Mario Kart, which Mario Kart Tour. If I speak, I'm in big trouble. Um,
Oh,
what else? There is
they still haven't
other.
added
There are
like
other
adventure to it.
Nintendo games. Nintendo have made other games. Fire Emblem. There's a Fire Emblem one as well.
There is.
Nintendo have made mobile games, so I don't know why they can't just do it again.
Just do be
But
like
yeah,
Square Enix, release full games onto mobile. They got
yeah.
like Final Fantasy VII on mobile.
Square Enix release a new mobile game once every 20 seconds, so
They do.
Nintendo can get on that. People want a new F-Zero game. Make it a phone app. Give them F-Zero
Yeah.
Simulate. Give them an F-Zero Tycoon on mobile. No.
Like fucking Clash of Clans, just a fucking.
Dun 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 dun. Um.
Next, we got
Ooh.
Fatal
One.
Frame.
Oh, actually, I've got another idea for a mobile game. Right. A Legend of Zelda Clash Royale clone. I
I
think
would
that could
play
work
the shit
very,
out of
very
that.
well. Like, bro, listen, right?
I would
People
play the
rag on
shit
Clash
out of that.
Royale. I've started playing Clash Royale again, and it's actually enjoyable sometimes, as long as you're
So
not getting
you
bodied
build up
game in game out.
you build up rupees over time, right? And
Yeah,
you can
well, instead
spend
of
them
like I was
on
gonna
like the
say,
copies.
instead of, because like if you take like the Clash Royale model, instead of using elixir, what you do is you use like rupees, and then you get like obviously you can get different units. So you get
Instead of
you get like
like
moblins, octoroks, and then instead of like to replace like the P.E.K.K.A, you get like Ganondorf,
lineup.
and instead of the Mega Knight, you get Link, stuff like that.
Instead of a giant, they could do like a Hinox.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
Skeleton King, or whatever it's called, Skeleton Giant. That could be a skeletal knock, Skelnock.
yeah.
Instead of
It could be
a
very
wall
easy for them
breaker,
to.
that could be like a bomb chew. And that's not
Yeah.
fucking Zelda, is it?
Um, Bomb
No,
Chew,
bomb chews
What's
are.
Bomb Chew? Yes, yes.
No, it's like Hang on, what's
I
Bomb Chew?
believe Bombchu. I believe Bombchu is.
No, I'm thinking of Chews. It could still do Chew. Choo Chews, that's what I'm thinking of.
Choo
What's
Choo.
Bomb Chew?
Choo Choo is a Sega game, isn't it?
No, Choo Choo are the little slime fellas, aren't they?
I thought that the Choo Choos were.
Oh no. Yeah, Bomb Chews are from Zelda.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. What are the? Am I thinking of the Clue Clues or the Choo Choos? I know
The Choo
there is
Chews.
a Sega game. I believe it came out on the Dreamcast called
Oh,
either Choo Choos
I've just
or
searched Choo Choo
Clue
and I've
Clues.
just seen a bloody Chinese woman.
Oh,
Hang
well, we'll move swiftly on from that. Yeah. So what came after? What was it we were talking about? Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame.
She could well be a porn star. Hang on.
Okay, well don't look into this. We'll carry on. Fatal Frame. I played it on the Wii U. It was all right. Not my cup of tea. I'm sure.
Just a
I'm
bunch
sure
of
all
different ink
seven. I'm
on my
sure
screen
all
right
seven Fatal Frame fans are fucking buzzing that they've released this. Unfortunately, I'm not one of those seven, so I don't care.
now. I go, wait, what are you on about now? I've just
You
been looking
complete,
at the
yeah.
Asian
Just
women on the laptop.
Fatal
So,
Frame. All seven fans of that
yeah,
franchise are fucking
I only
popping
know
off
it
right
'cause of
now.
Smash.
I mean, I know Fatal
Uh,
Frame because I've played Fatal Frame. I want to say it was Fatal Frame 2 on the Wii U. Um, yeah, like I say, it's okay. Not my cup of tea. I don't care that they've released a new one. I'm sure all seven people who do are fucking punching the air right now. But
and finally, how
what
good
else
was
was
the
there?
trailer for?
Uh, oh, yeah, it was alright.
Ah,
I don't really have a lot to say about it. Like it was alright. It's just like, you know, it just looks like Breath of the Wild, but more. If you know what I mean. Like,
yeah. I was scared it was going to be like a dungeon crawler, like like Ocarina of Time.
yeah, yeah.
But
It's quite the
I,
opposite.
I think they have gone for more of like a Skyward Sword mix with Breath of the Wild
Yeah. Well,
sort
I
of.
was gonna say when I saw when I saw it like first transition into actual gameplay, immediately I thought, wait, hang on, is that Skyloft? It's not Skyloft. It's just the islands in the sky.
Yeah,
But you
yeah, there's
know,
a whole new region of Hyrule to explore.
yeah, the
And
sky.
the Hyrule that
Ooh.
we've already explored looks fucking crazy. Like there was taluses with enemy
Yeah,
camp
yeah. I
members.
was gonna say they added like all
And
sorts of. They've added like new abilities to the tablet as well, which is
yeah,
cool.
you can like go through ceilings and again,
Yeah, there was they changed like stasis so you can like roll it back. You roll back time, which is
yeah.
oh, Mbappe has scored, but he's
Oh,
offside. Sorry.
oh,
Yeah. Uh,
it looks so
he's
insane.
offside.
And I
Yeah.
I just can't wait for it.
Oh, he's very offside. Yeah.
So so yeah, Breath of the Wild 2, it's all my fears have gone out the window and I'm so excited for it now. 2022, it could be a good year with Splatoon 3 and
I
Breath
don't
of the
think it's
Wild.
gonna come out in 2022.
It
Steaming hot
ooh,
take. It's gonna get delayed.
I mean
Well,
it looks
if it's anything like the first one was supposed to come out in 2014,
oh true.
so it's at least 2024 when this one comes out.
Well, are they using the same engine? Because they'll be stupid not
Yes,
to.
they are. Yeah, no, they're using the same engine. It looked like
Unless,
exactly the same engine, same graphical engine as well. You know,
yeah, which is a shame really, because when they reveal the Switch Pro in 2 minutes, they'll reveal the Switch. Oh,
the
that'd
Switch
be.
Pro will become real in 17 minutes.
That's what every Nintendo YouTuber says. Every new video, Switch Pro question
Well,
mark.
it's because it's the only thing they have to talk about because Nintendo have been fucking feeding us scraps for the last year and a half. So
Bro, once Smash died, oh. Nintendo YouTubers
I
again.
was gonna
Well,
say, as soon as they stop
what
making
what's the
DLC
DLC?
for Smash, Nintendo YouTubers are in the fucking mud. Like they literally will
They're
have
all
to
lost
start
to
talking about.
houses.
They'll have to start talking about fucking not Fatal Deviation. What's the other one? What's that game called that it looks like It's janky as shit, and it came out on the Switch recently. It's like something. It's either like Fatal or Final something or other 2, and it begins with a D. The second word. I can't remember for the life of me what it's called.
Fatal
It's not. It's not
disaster.
It's not Fatal Deviation. I cannot remember for the life of me. But yeah, they'll have to start talking about that.
Fatal
And
Day.
I can't remember what it is called. Yeah, they'll have to start talking about D4 for the Wii U getting a port or some shit like that.
They could just talk about Brawlhalla.
Talk about Toki Tori 2 Plus. You know, just
Pennywise from
listing random games.
Brawlhalla.
Yeah, yeah. The Nintendo
I
YouTubers
could
will
see
all
it.
fucking they'll migrate to like rivals of. Start talking about fucking the main character from Hyper Light Drifter's gonna get in, which is something that
Think
could
about all the
happen. I
creativity
could
they
see
can
that
have with
happening.
Brawlhalla though, because they let in anyone.
Oh yeah, well
I think they
Brawlhalla
just
have
let in
The
someone
Rock.
who can.
You can in Brawlhalla you can have The Rock fight Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like,
They'll start like theorizing on Minecraft skin pack now.
yeah, like,
Hey guy,
uh,
it's Crash
yeah,
Bandicoot, get in. Minecraft skin pack.
but yeah, there's not really a huge amount else to say. I think,
There's not. I mean, this is
yeah,
a short episode really, because E3 just fucking bombed this year. I mean,
yeah, it was poor. It was really poor this year. Um, my final
with
thoughts
a
on
year of
the
like no news as well.
yeah, yeah, it really felt.
Even if we didn't get much game, and we didn't get much gameplay. Like even if we didn't get much gameplay, we could have at least got like a trailer or some names or
Yeah, and even then we didn't get a
something.
huge amount. But yeah,
Yeah, so pretty poor this year. And obviously you can say it's because of COVID and stuff, but it's not.
yes, yeah, but I doubt it's as big of a problem for them as they seem to be making out because I've talked
Yeah.
about it before. Sony managed to get away with making all sorts of stuff while working from home, so why can't the other companies?
I mean, just look at Ratchet and
It
Clank. That looks insane.
yeah, but Crash Bandicoot 4, Ratchet and Clank, the new one. These are games that have been developed and released during lockdown, and all Nintendo can do is say, "Yep, we're still working on this game that we've been working on for 5 years, and we still can't give you a trailer." Like it.
I mean, it looks like they've been working on some things. But obviously, like I think Mario Party was just something that they were like, yeah, let's just work on this. Well, we're in
Yeah, well,
lockdown.
Mario Party. It
People
does
will buy
like
it.
graphically, Mario Party Superstars does just look like they've taken the engine from Super Mario Party, but
Super.
obviously, like they've tweaked the
Well,
gameplay of it.
well, remember 'cause they added online the
They
Super
did,
Mario Party
like,
like a
just
few months
all of a
back.
sudden for no reason, out of the blue,
So that must
two
have been
years
when they
after
were
it's come
starting to
out.
develop.
Well, no, I don't think that's when they were
Well, not when they were
starting to,
starting to
because
develop
I
it.
think
No, but I mean, like when they
they've
started to
added it
develop it,
as
when they were like,
I think they've added it as like a preemptive thing for the new one. Or
yeah,
rather,
yeah, yeah.
they were using it just to test whether they could put it in the new one, stuff like that.
That's what I mean. Like that's when they were
Yeah.
starting to develop the online stuff for it.
Mm.
But, but yeah, so no, that was E3, folks. I mean, join us in December for our review of the Game Awards.
Yeah, but I'm not fucking watching the Game Awards, mate. You can waste your time watching 2 hours of fucking
Uh,
game producers poncing around pretending to be celebrities all you want.
Ninja.
I'm not. Yeah, you get Ninja fucking walking out and getting shown up by Reggie.
Remember when Deji hosted that awards show?
Oh god, yeah, we were like the Twitch Awards, wasn't it?
Epic Game.
Yeah, yeah, it's Twitch.
Oh my god,
Yeah, Twitch, you still owe me money.
what a clip. Um,
Uh, Twitch, you
but
still owe
yeah,
me
so that
money.
that
Yeah, listen. Obviously, I think it's very clear so far. We're both gonna put Nintendo's presentation first. However, I will
Do you want me
say,
to read out the full ranking?
yeah, I think
We had the
perhaps
exact same rank.
well, we had the exact same, except I put Capcom by a large distance dead last. However, I
No,
will say I do think my choice between
I
first
mean,
and second. Yeah, I think my choice between first and second might be a bit closer than yours is,
no,
because
I was gonna buy if I could.
if I'm being completely honest, I was massively underwhelmed by Nintendo, and I didn't go in with expectations because I
Yeah,
have
I did go
learnt
in with
I've le-
expectations. That's
I've
why
learnt
I
I've
said
learnt I've learnt to never go in with
I was
expectations
lower.
because you will always come out feeling shortchanged. So if you just go in
That's why I'm
feeling
not
like,
believing in Spider-Man No Way Home that the Spider-Man are gonna be in it because
yeah, I mean, like
I'm
with
not getting
them, it's a lot easier to prove because like there are on-set photos,
there
but
are, but
yeah, there are
until
on-set
then,
photos. You could like make the argument in your head they're only there to visit and just you know
uh,
sit there
Marvel
for a
have
day or
trolled the
something.
fans before by saying someone was on set.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Because we
true.
all remember when Michael Rooker was on the Infinity War set.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I'm sure he was just
It
there because his mates were. He's just there to say hello
was
to people.
epic troll. No, it was planned. You got paid
Absolutely,
for it.
absolutely destroy Marvel, epically poning the libtards.
That was such. Have you seen the clip of Tom Holland like leaking the Infinity War trailer? Not the trailer.
I've seen the one of him leaking the poster. Yeah. Well, I
Do you
mean,
know that was also planned? I found this out a
what?
few weeks back. That was also planned. They got him to do it.
Well,
They keep fucking doing this shit. Like they did it with Michael Rooker, and now they're doing it with Tom. Well, I think they did Tom Holland at the same time, but they're just trolling us now.
yeah,
You can't believe any
yeah.
of this shit.
But yeah, back to what I was saying. I think I was underwhelmed by the Nintendo presentation. If I were to give it like out of 5 stars, genuinely, I think I could only really give it like a 3, maybe a 3.5 out of 5. Like it was, I really didn't actually like it that much. And I will say, I was definitely helped by watching it later because it meant I was able to skip half of it. Because I skipped half of it. Like when the games came up that I didn't care about, I just did like the on YouTube mobile, you can just like double tap the
Oh,
right side of the
yeah.
screen to skip through. I just sat there doing that for a couple minutes until I saw a game I was actually interested in. You know?
What do you have your tap time to? Because I see a lot of people after 10 seconds, but I have it on 5.
Only 10. I used to have it on 15. But 15 was like if I was like skipping back, I would have to just wait ages. But I'm happy with
Yeah.
10 because I think 10's a solid number.
I
It's a
do I
solid
do
amount of
5
time to skip ahead and behind.
because you could do 10 like just quickly double tap again
Yeah.
if you want to do 10. But like if you want to do like if you
But
want to
I was gonna
do
say like
5 seconds, you're gonna have to do all
if
your
it's
missions
like
again.
me, if it's like me and I'm having to skip like 2-ish, probably more like 3 minutes straight, then like getting 10 seconds is a lot easier because I do like half as much tapping as you would have to.
That's true. But still,
Yeah, yeah, there's pros and cons.
but
But yeah,
still,
I would say this is probably the worst E3 presentation from Nintendo in a while. Probably the worst E3 in general for a
it's
very
also
long
probably one
time.
of the worst WAP podcasts. Um,
Well, I'm
we've
sure
had our
that there
moments
are.
Today. We've had an argument.
We've had bad
We've had a
ones
dick joke.
before. We've had bad ones before.
Oh yeah, last week's one was oof.
Last one's was rough. Um,
It was
hope
rough at the end.
yes, yeah. Hopefully, but at the end of last week's episode, I was just fed up. So I can't even remember why. I was just like,
I I think it was the tier list. That's
Oh
when
yeah,
you
the
started
tier
getting
list. Tier list. I think by that point I was just like tired. I just wanted the podcast to finish. So I was just like, yeah, just put everyone bottom tier and put Drax top tier. Yeah, I was just a bit fed up at that point. But yeah,
Yeah,
I think this
that
is. It's safe to say one of the worst E3s in a long time.
oh, absolutely.
Uh,
But you know,
I'd say it's better than last year's, but only by virtue of there being nothing at last year's, because there was no E3. So,
yeah.
but yeah, that's about it for this week, really, because there's nothing else to talk about. You know, there is a
We'll
Bandai
put,
Namco. There's a Bandai Namco press conference that
we'll put in the description what we thought of it.
I'm not. Bro, I can't be asked. Who cares? I'm not watching it. I'm not gonna
I'll
watch.
put it in the
Like what?
comment.
Bro, it's Bandai Namco. What are they gonna reveal? Z game?
Pac-Man.
They're gonna reveal a new Dragon Ball Z game. Fucking My Hero Academia game, probably. If they're feeling really
Are they doing
saucy,
that
maybe a new
Bakugan?
Naruto game. Oh yeah, well that's already out, I think. The Bakugan game.
Oh, is it? I
Yeah,
didn't.
it came out a while ago.
I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, I don't either. Until they make a new Beyblade game, I don't care.
Let it rip, boy. Let it rip.
Uh, Beyblade, let it. Bro, Beyblade used to be my shit back in the day. I used to have like loads of Beyblades.
I could
They're
believe that.
ridiculous. I
Wait,
didn't.
wait,
Well,
wait.
I say loads. I mean, like I had a lot more Bakugan than Beyblades. Back in the day, I had like 20, maybe 25 different Bakugan. I had one of like the big. You might not remember this, but they used to do like the big like multi-unit kind of Bakugan things. And I got one of the ones for the main character, where it was like you got like six, and you could clip them all in together to make like a giant like mech thing that your Bakugan
Fucking
sat on top
Megazord.
of. Yeah, it was pretty much just a Bakugan Megazord, and I had one of them, and I thought I was fucking sick, mate. I thought I was so fucking cool because I had one of them,
Putting up
and it's because I
gear to the
was.
playground.
It's because I was cool because I had one of them.
I had so many things that I was interested in as a kid. And I'm just like, I do not remember anything about this. Like, I was interested in like GI Joe and fucking
Oh, I was as well. Like
Speed
fucking
Racer.
Action
I don't
Man.
remember any of the
Like, bro,
characters.
I used to watch the Action Man cartoon show. Like, I had it on like DVD and shit. And I'd because we used to have like TVs like in the back of the car for when we go on like long car journeys.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I used to have like four Action Man DVDs for the TV show that came out like back when I was like two or something. I had a load of DVDs from it, and I used to just sit there and I fucking watch them the entire way there. And oh,
yeah. Kids
mate,
nowadays don't know what it's
mate, they
like.
just sit there playing fucking Fortnite. They
I
don't
know,
know
like
what it was
they
like
have
for us, you
access
know.
to everything. Like they have
Mate,
Switches,
we
they have
would
portable games. So we had a
like
PSP, and
we
that
would
was it.
mate, we would have a fucking a DSi or even a DS Lite in my case for a long time. I had a DS Lite and then I went straight to the 3DS. You know, I had a DS Lite and I had TVs in the back of the car and I had a couple Disney DVDs. I had a couple Spider-Man DVDs and I had some Action Man DVDs and that was it. That's all I had. You know, these kids these
Yeah,
days, they have it easy. They can just whip
yeah,
their
they have
phone
an
out and
external now. Like
whip their phone out, just turn Netflix on, download all 5 seasons of Breaking Bad, and then watch them on a long car journey. You know, we could
watching The Office,
we couldn't do that back then. You know, we couldn't just watch the Queen's Gambit in the car. You know,
and
we
we
couldn't
wouldn't.
watch. What else is there on now? I can't even think what else there is on Netflix right now. To be honest with you,
Modern Family, no, is that on
uh,
it? I don't know.
that's on Disney Plus, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's a Fox-owned program.
Big Bang Theory. There you go.
Is there you go? Yeah, there you go.
But I was
Yeah,
watching Big Bang Theory as a kid.
I think I've said it before on the podcast. I don't use Netflix for anything really. Yeah, I use it to watch Breaking Bad, and that's it. And all I use
Same,
Disney
same.
Plus. All I use Disney Plus for is to watch, like Loki and the
Family
other
Guy.
Yeah, the other Disney shows. I used to use it to watch the Simpsons as well until I finished season 8, and then I stopped watching the Simpsons. But yeah,
I can't watch The
massively.
Simpsons. Like,
Oh, mate, it's good. It's
I
good.
can't watch
I
The
like
Simpsons
Simpsons.
or Family Guy like in season order. I've got to watch like a
I
random
can. I
episode
can. I would say, well,
at
if
a
you're gonna watch a
time.
random episode of The Simpsons, watch All Hail King Homer, which is a good episode. I can't remember if that. Wait, is King Homer the one where he gets fat? Because that's a good episode. The one where Homer gets fat.
What's the Mr. Pearl one? I thought that was All Hail
Mr.
King Homer.
Plow.
Is that just called Mr. Plow?
King size Homer, not all. Well, All Hail King
Oh,
Homer is a
cool.
separate one. King size Homer is a cracking episode. One of my favourites. Genuinely, it's actually one of my favourite. Fucking. Is he walks around in like a flowery like poncho instead of actual clothes. He's got like a
Yeah,
fucking like a dumb looking hat. It's great. One of my favourite
really.
episodes. It's so good.
Looking like Big Mama.
He is. He's looking like Eddie Murphy in Big Mama films.
Oh, well, that is probably one of the weirdest tangents.
Yeah, and that's how we're
I
going to
like
end the
all of
podcast this week. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this, then we'll if we're still going,
We'll do
we'll
another
come
one.
back to it next year. Yeah, if we're still going, we'll come back to it next year for E3. Um, and yeah,
And hopefully it'll be longer. There'll be more games.
hopefully. I mean,
Hopefully.
I would hope Sony would be there next year.
Oh, they won't.
Maybe. No,
They
they
keep
won't.
losing.
They
Didn't
they just take the L. They take the L because they spend all their money on making a fucking physical set. Oh,
Remember the fucking
there
drum
we
one?
go. France have scored.
Hey, what way to win?
Yes, 2-0. Yeah, there you go. We'll end it on France scoring a goal. Karim Benzema, the Real Madrid striker, scores his first goal for France in I want to say 6 years. But yeah, we'll end the podcast there. Thank you guys for watching.
Well,
And yeah, see you guys next Tuesday, I believe it will be.
back to normal.
Yes, that is the normal day. Next Tuesday. And we'll be back on regularly scheduled programming. Yeah.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Trash. Absolute trash. I was disgusted.